Learn English easily with Pro English.
Welcome back to the Speak English podcast. Today, we are going back to the absolute basics, but I promise you, this is the most important lesson you will ever learn. We are talking about the alphabet, not singing the ABC song like a child, but actually using it to save your life, or at least to save your coffee order. How many times have you told someone your email address and they wrote it completely wrong? How many times have you said your name is Anna and they wrote Ina? Today, we are going to fix the vowel confusion. A, E, I, master the email symbols at dot, dash, and learn the professional way to spell over the phone.
This is honestly my biggest stress. I dread the question, "Can I have your email address?" I immediately panic. I know the letters in my head, but when I say them, my mouth betrays me. I say E when I mean I, and I say A when I mean E. It is the vowel triangle of death. And don't get me started on the symbols. I used to say arroba in English because I didn't know the word. The receptionist looked at me like I was speaking Martian.
The vowel triangle of death. That is a very dramatic but accurate description. This is the number one problem for Spanish, Portuguese, and Italian speakers. Your vowels are pure. English vowels are messy. Let's start right there. The three problem letters are A, E, and I. In your language, a sounds like ah. In English, the name of the letter is I, like day or hey. In your language, E sounds like A. In English, the name is E, like sea or tree. In your language, I sounds like E. In English, the name is I, like your eyeball, so A equals I, E equals E, I.
Okay, let's drill this. O is I, like hey, E is E, like a scream. Eek, and I is I, like I see you. The problem is that when I hear E, my brain automatically writes I because in my language, I makes the E sound. It's a cross-wiring issue. Is there a trick to stop my brain from flipping them?
The trick is to associate them with a keyword. For A, think agent. Igent. For E, think email. Email. For I, think iPhone. iPhone. So if you get stuck, say A as in agent, E as in email, I as in iPhone. Now let's talk about the consonants that sound exactly the same. The B versus V problem. B, Boi, and V, Victor. Over the phone, these are impossible to distinguish.
Oh yes, my name starts with B, V. No B. V, it's a nightmare. I usually just shout Barcelona or Venezuela. Is that okay? Can I just shout random cities? Or is there a specific list of words I should use?
You can use cities, but it's not always professional. The standard is the NATO phonetic alphabet, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. But you don't need to memorize the military codes yet. We just use clarification words. The structure is B as in boy, V as in Victor. Notice we say as in. My name is Sarah, S as in son. Don't just shout son, say S, as in, son. It sounds polite and clear. For B and V, the standard non-military words are usually boy and Victor, or vary.
B as in boy, V as in Victor. That is easy. What about M and N? MMMM and NNNN. They sound identical on a bad phone line. I usually say M as in Madrid and N as in. No is a bad example because it sounds like I am refusing. What is a good word for N?
A great word for N is Nancy or November. For M, use Mary or Mike, so M as in Mary, V's N as in Nancy. There is another pair that destroys people, G and J. In English, G is pronounced G, soft sound. J is pronounced J like the bird or the name Jay-Z. Students often look at a G and say hey, because in Spanish it's G, or they look at a J and say G. It's totally flipped.
Yes, G is G, like Jim. J is J, like Jay-Z. I remember it like this. G is for Gmail. Gmail. J is for DJ. DJ. If I remember Gmail and DJ, I can separate them. Okay, let's move to the email address itself. The symbols, the little A with the circle around it. You said it's not arroba. So what is it?
It is simply at, like the preposition. I am at home. Sarah@gmail.com. It is the shortest word in the address but the most important, and the little dot. Do not say point. Do not say period. Point is for Math 3.14. Period is for the end of a sentence. For the internet, it is always dot. Gmail.com. Amazon.co.uk.
Add and dot. Sarah@gmail.com. Okay, that is simple, but what about the lines? There is the line in the middle and the line on the bottom. I confuse dash, hyphen, and underscore. When do I use which word?
Good question. The line in the middle has two names. Hyphen, grammar term used for words like ex-boyfriend. Dash, general term. In an email address, dash is safer and more common. Sarah-Jones. The line on the bottom is the underscore. Think of it visually, it is a score line under the word. Sarah_Jones. So, dash middle, underscore bottom.
Dash and underscore. What about when there are no spaces? Sometimes I say Sarah space Jones, but there is no space. Or when it is all one word, do I need to say all one word? Or do people assume that?
It is very helpful to say all one word or no spaces. It is Sarah Jones, all one word, at gmail.com. Also, be careful with capital letters. Usually, email addresses are not case sensitive, but passwords are. So you need to know uppercase, big letters A, B, C. Lowercase, small letters A, B, C. Or you can simply say capital A and small a, that is perfectly fine.
Capital and small, or uppercase and lowercase. I like capital. It feels like capital city, big and important. What about numbers? Sarah 123. Do I say 123? Or 123?
For emails and passwords, always say the digits individually. 1, 2, 3. If you say 123, the person might write 10,023 or get confused. Group them if it's a year. Sarah 1990. That is okay, but generally, digit by digit is safer.
Digit by digit, got it. There is one symbol I never know how to say, the slash slash. Is it slash, backslash, forward slash, and when do we use it in addresses? Usually it's for websites, right?
Correct, top leans right is forward slash or just slash. Top leans left is backslash. In web addresses HTTP // it is always forward slash. So, Speak English /podcast. You rarely use backslash unless you are coding or working with Windows file paths. So if in doubt, just say slash.
Just slash. Easy. Okay, let's play a game. I am going to give you a messy email address and you have to say it out loud perfectly. Are you ready? The email is bigmike99@yahoo.co.uk.
Challenge accepted. big_mike99@yahoo.co.uk. How was that?
That was perfect. You remembered the underscore, the dash, the digits, the at, and the dots. But wait, you spelled out Mike. M-I-K-E, should I always spell common names, or can I just say Mike? It's Mike at Gmail.
This is the common name trap. You think Mike is obvious, but maybe they write M-Y-K, you think Sarah is obvious. But is it S-A-R-A-H or S-A-R-A? You think John is obvious. But is it J-O-H-N or J-O-N? Never assume, always spell it out or clarify. It's Sarah with an H, it's Stephen with a V, not P-H. It's Kathy with a K, not C.
Sarah with an H, that is my life phrase. With an H, with a V, with a K, this is a very useful structure. What about double letters? Jennifer. 2 N's, do I say N, or double N?
Double N is much better. It flows faster and avoids the stutter effect. J-E-double-N-I-F-E-R, it sounds very professional. 007 James Bond. Ya-double-O Yahoo. Use double whenever you can.
Double N, double O. Okay, Michael, I feel much more confident. Let's recap the vowel nightmare one last time because that is what will kill me. A equals I agent. E equals E email. I equals I iPhone. I am going to tattoo this on my arm.
Please don't tattoo it. Just practice it. In part 2, we are going to do a simulated phone call. I am going to be a stressed receptionist, and you are going to have to spell a very difficult name and email address under pressure. We will also talk about how to correct someone when they get it wrong. No, not B, V. Are you ready for the stress test?
I am sweating already. But yes, I am ready. Let's take a break and come back for the simulation. Fin de la parte 1. Quiers que gener la parte 2, turnos 31 a 60. Octines la parte 2, turnos 31, a 60 para completar el episodio de 30 minutos. Mantengo la densidad de texto y los identificadores de voice 1 y voice 2. TEMA. Can you spell your name? Part 2. The stress test Z versus Z DURACIN PARTE 2. 15 minutos aprox.
Welcome back to part 2. We have the theory. Now we need the practice. I am going to play the role of a very busy, slightly deaf receptionist. You are calling me to register for a conference. I need your full name and your email address. But I am going to make mistakes. Your job is to correct me politely and clearly using the tricks we learned. Are you ready?
I am terrified, but yes, let's do this. I am calling you. Ring ring.
Acting busy. Hello, conference center, how can I help you?
Hi, I'd like to register. My name is Caitlin Smythe. Note, pronounced Catlin Smith.
Okay, Caitlin Smith. Is that K-A-T-E?
No, actually, it's C as in Charlie. AITLIN.
Ah, C-A-I-T, got it. And the last name is Smith, S-M-I-T-H.
Not exactly, it's Smythe. That's SMY, Y as in yellow. TH.
Okay, Caitlin Smythe with a Y and your email.
It is CaitlinSmythe99 @hotmail.com.
Okay, hold on. Caitlin.Smith. Is that dash 99?
No, sorry, it is an underscore, the line on the bottom. And remember, the name starts with C as in Charlie.
Right underscore. And is that hotmail.co.uk?
No, just .com.
Okay, let me read that back to you. C. itlin.smyth_99 @hotmail.com.
That is correct.
Normal voice cut. Excellent job, you survived. You used actually to correct me, you used Y as in yellow and you corrected the underscore. How did that feel?
It felt stressful, especially the Y. I almost said Y as in you, but yellow came to my mind faster, and correcting you felt awkward. I didn't want to say you are wrong. I used not exactly or no sorry. Is that the polite way to do it?
Yes, never shout wrong. Use softeners like, not exactly. Actually, it's, sorry, that's P, not B, and repeating the specific letter with a clarification word, P as in Peter, is the ultimate fix. Now, speaking of clarification words, you used Charlie for C, that is from the NATO alphabet. Do I need to learn the whole military list? Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta.
I hope not. I only know Charlie because of the movies. If I have to memorize Foxtrot and whiskey, I will forget. Can I use normal words, like C for cat?
C for cat is perfectly fine. The goal is clarity, not military precision. Here are the standard civilian words for the tricky letters. A equals apple/America. B equals boy/Boston. C cat/Charlie. D dog/David. M Mary/mother. N equals Nancy/New York. P Peter/Paul. S equals sugar/Sam. T Tom/Texas. Use names of cities or common names. They are universally understood. Just avoid weak words. Don't say S as in C because C sounds like C. Say S as in sugar because the SH sound is distinct.
That is a great tip. S as in C is confusing. S as in sugar is distinct. What about Z? This is a huge problem. I learned in school that it is pronounced Z. But on TV, Americans say Z. Z sounds exactly like B, C, D, E, G, P, T, V. It rhymes with everything. It is the worst letter. If I say my name is Liz, Z as in zebra. If I say Z, you might hear V. What should I do? Use Z or Z?
This is the Great Atlantic Divide. USA pronounces it Z. UK/Canada/Australia pronounce it Z. If you are speaking to an American and you say Z, they will understand you, but they will know you learned British English. If you are speaking to a Brit and you say Z, they might mishear it as C, the solution. Always use a clarification word for Z, Z as in zebra, universally understood. Z as in Zulu, NATO standard. If you say zebra, it doesn't matter if you pronounce the letter Z or Z. The animal saves you.
The zebra is my savior. Okay. Z as in zebra. What about H? In my language, H is silent. In English, it is H, but I hear some people say H, like HH. Which one is correct?
The standard pronunciation is H, rhymes with nature without the H, het, is common in some British and Irish dialects, but it is technically considered incorrect or non-standard by many grammar snobs. Stick to H as in hotel. The H in hotel is strong. Also, be careful with W, it is not W. It is W pronounced the LW. W as in water or W as in whiskey.
W, okay, and R, air, like a pirate. R as in Romeo or R as in Robert. Okay, let's talk about the read back. In the role play, you said, "Let me read that back to you." Is that something I should ask for? If I give my email to a receptionist, should I say, "Can you read that back to me?" Or is that rude? Like I don't trust them?
It is not rude, it is smart, especially for important things like credit card numbers or flight confirmations. You can say, "Could you just read that back to me to confirm?" Or, "Just to double check, could you read it back?" It saves so much trouble later. And if you are the one taking the notes, writing down a client's email, always read it back. Okay, let me verify. That is Sarah, Sarah. It shows you are professional and thorough.
Could you just read that back to confirm? I will use that. What about when I need to write something down and I am not ready? They start spelling fast. Minamaze Johnsmith John. I am looking for a pen. How do I stop them? Wait, stop.
Use the hold on phrase. Hold on a second, let me grab a pen. Sorry, could you slow down a bit? I'm writing it down. Bear with me a moment, I'm opening a note. Bear with me is a fantastic phrasal verb. It means please be patient with me.
Bear with me, like the animal.
Same spelling bear, but it means endure, tolerate. Bear with me. Okay, let's touch on acronyms. Sometimes your email is just letters. FBI@gmail.com. Do you say FBI or the FBI? Usually spell it FBI unless it is a word like NASA. Then you can say NASA. But if in doubt, spell it.
Okay, I have a question about the at symbol again. Can I use it for time? I will see you at 5 p.m. In a text message, yes. But in spoken English, do I say at symbol 5 p.m.? No, just at 5 p.m. But in an email address, it is the only time we emphasize the symbol. Sarah at Gmail.
Correct. Now here is a final pro tip for the dot. If your email ends in .com or .co.uk, or you often say it as a chunk, .com, .co.uk, very common in Britain, .edu, .gov. Don't spell com unless the person looks very confused. Everyone knows, but if you have a weird domain like or biz, maybe spell it. .biz, biz.
Wright is a celebrity, everyone knows him. What about typos? If I am dictating to a computer, Siri or Google, I have to say the punctuation. New paragraph, comma, period. Does this help with human spelling too? If I am spelling a sentence, do I say capital T the?
Only if the capitalization is vital, like a password. For a name like McDonald, you might say M small c capital D. This is called camel case, like the humps of a camel, up down up. McDonald M up C down D up. But usually for humans, we ignore case unless asked.
Camel case, I like that visual. Okay, Michael, let's do one final lightning round. I am going to throw random symbols at you, and you tell me the name fast.
Lightning round equals hashtag social media or pound key phone menus or number sign. In emails, avoid it, equals ampersand, but we usually just say and. Smith and Sons. Asterisk equals asterisk. Not Asterix the comic, asterisk. Equals parentheses US or brackets UK, open parenthesis, close parenthesis.
Asterisk, that is hard to pronounce. Asterisk, and ampersand, fancy word. Okay, I feel armed and dangerous. I have my clarification words, Nancy, Peter, sugar. I know my vowels, A equals I, E equals E, I equals I. And I know the symbols, underscore, dash, at. I think I can finally order a coffee and give my name without getting a cup that says Ina.
That is the goal. Remember, slow down, use as in, and don't be afraid to ask, did you get that? You have mastered the art of spelling. Your homework, find a difficult email address, maybe from a business card, and practice spelling it out loud in the shower. Jonatha Chayan _88.
I will do it. My shower will be very educational. Thank you, Michael.
Thanks, Sarah. Speak to you all next time. Over and out. OVER by Findel EPISODIOCOMPLETO. Turnos 1 a 60 completados. Durasin total 30 minutos.